Welcome to Not Another Business Podcast. I'm your host, Zachary, and I have today a double feature, if you will, a double trouble. I have the Tini Twins with
Yay.
me, Charlene and Chantel. What's going on? Thank you guys for coming in and doing this
Hi.
episode. I'm
How are
so
you?
excited. I'm so excited
Yes,
right
we're
now.
so
This is
excited too.
and I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you? How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. We're so excited to be here to share our tips and tricks about business.
All right, all right. Y'all look great. I love the
Thank you.
colors, the hair.
Thank you.
This is double trouble. I love it. Oh, and we're matching. I got the red on too. Like, look at that.
Right.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so let's start real quick with a quick introduction. Tell us who you are, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's which.
Right.
So tell us who you are and what do you do and where you
Okay.
from, all of that.
Yeah. So I'm Charlene. And I'm Chantel. And we are the Tini Twins. We are from Zimbabwe, born and raised, and we came to America in 2007 when we were 12. Since then, we were in school and stuff like that. And one day, we just came up with this idea that we wanted to be different and to start our own clothing line. And from that came a lot of trials and tribulations, which we'll get into. But we have two businesses that we own. We have Latini Couture, which is swimwear and athleisure. And we also have Glam by Tini Twins, which is hair, not nails, hair, lashes. Yes.
Oof, y'all got your hands full.
Yeah.
My God. All right, so you said you guys started with the clothing line, and how did that come about?
So the clothing line started in 2012. We started with a different name, but we're just figuring out what works best for us. We started with t-shirts and crew necks and beanies, and then we wanted to be more original. So I learned how to sew. So I started making clothes, and then I started making swimwear. So that's how that started. Yeah.
I love that. I love that, and I this is what this podcast is all about. And I always say this, it's about the evolution, the growth, the
Right.
challenges that we're facing, and then how we because the challenge. The crazy thing about challenges is like most of the times it's designed to keep you away from what you're doing. And for
Right.
y'all to just say, you know what, we're not just gonna do this one thing and keep facing these challenges. And you're like, okay, we're gonna go and I'm gonna learn how to sew, and then I'm gonna change it up and make it even
Right.
more challenging
Yes.
and
To be more
continue. So that's
original. Yeah.
exactly. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
All right. So you said from the clothing line, and then so what we talking about as far as like timeline? When did this start?
So clothing line, we started 2012, but Tini Couture came about in 2015. And
Okay, so
we
about 3 years later.
yeah, 3 years later, and we've been creating swimsuits ever since. We've worked with different models, we've worked with different like companies, collaborations, and we're still in the process of doing that, but even on a bigger scale. Right. And then for Glam by Tini Twins, we started. We went to cosmetology school in 2017, and we graduated in 2018. So from that, we worked in my aunt's salon for like 4 years or 5. Gained our experience, and gained a little bit of clientele. And then last year is when we started our own business for Glam by Tini Twins. Opened our own place, and we're so excited that we're looking to expand it even more this year. So
Nice. I love that. Doesn't it feel like sometimes it's like if it doesn't almost feel like if you're not developing something, you don't feel right. Like you okay,
Yes,
I thought I was the only one.
No,
I thought I
you're
was
not
the
the
only
only one.
like I feel like I have to be building something. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I think in a past life I was like an architect or something, walking around and
Right.
just
And you have to evolve.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of those
Because
things.
what you just said is like you literally said, you know what? Okay, we've done the clothing, and instead of focusing on that and saying this is all about me and that's
Mm-hmm.
all I'm going to do, you
Right.
said, yeah, let's go learn how to do, this one, and then now
Right.
let's
You know
build
why
this
we
up. And
chose that? Because it kind of goes hand in hand with like, so when you're looking for clothes, you want to look pretty, you want to get dressed. So we thought, why not offer the full package where we're dressing the women and men, and
hmm
we're also doing their hair and makeup and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that. You
Yeah.
gotta. It's about providing a service and supply and demand.
Yes.
One thing people always want when you have clothing is like, oh, I can't do this photo shoot because I don't have my makeup done, or I don't have my hair
Right.
done. It's like, all right, guess what? I can do that.
Yeah. That's right.
uh,
Wanted to provide
yeah.
people with those options.
What was that transition like? From clothing to
Yeah.
the
Hair.
hair and the cosmetology and everything.
The transition was tough, to be honest, because we had to make sure we're putting in the effort and time into Latini Couture, the swimwear brand, but also trying to learn something new. So it's a tough transition, but what you
hmm
have to do is keep going and look for other ways that can help you to accomplish any goal that you have. Right. So for hair, we went to school and then we were working hair job while still working on Latini Couture. So it's not like we
hmm
ever stopped. It's just you have to find the time, balance, really. The balance and time to do both if you really want to do both. So the
Yeah.
transition is tough, but it's doable. Yeah.
That was gonna be my next point on this too. Again, this is what this podcast is about. It's about learning or telling the story on how we manage, our time and our, ventures and everything.
Right.
And one of the main key points that I always want to point out is like, how, or questions that I always would like to ask is, how do you manage your time? So, and you started, pointing that
Yes.
out. If you can expand on that a little bit, like, how do you manage your time? And also, if you will, like, let me know, if are you guys working regular jobs at that point? You mentioned you work at your aunt's salon. So have you
Right.
been doing that since 2012? Or
Yeah.
what were you doing during these times? Like, and
Yes. Yeah. So
again,
like
how do you manage the time and like with work? Because if clothing is not paying the bills, like you got to
right.
continue with your regular stuff. And you went to school
Exactly.
too. Like, how do you manage that time?
Yeah. So to touch a little bit on that, we had, little jobs here and there that are outside. Like she was doing babysitting, I was working at the bank. Because you do need a way to start your clothing line. Like you need money. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So if you don't have money just floating around, you gotta work somewhere to be able to build
Trust
your
funds and all
brand.
of that.
Right, exactly. So it's like we had to always keep the little jobs on the side just in case we needed that extra money to put wherever. Yeah. But
hmm
so yep, go ahead. Wake up and just have this successful Latino Couture business. Right. We had to set a schedule that had to deal with, obviously, in the mornings, we'll go to work, regular job. I was working babysitting, so that's what I was doing at that time. And then after that, I'd come home and start sewing. Right. So
hmm
it's like you just have to make a schedule, make whatever you want to do a priority, so that you're able to transition into the bigger thing that you're trying to accomplish. And trust me, everybody has a life at home and, your husband, your boyfriend, everything. So distractions. It can be a
Yeah.
lot of challenges you have to face, but as long as you remain, humble and keep your goals ahead of you and stay focused, you won't
hmm
steer away from what you're trying to do. In fact, the people can help you that are around you and stuff like that.
hmm
So to sum it up, I would say to have a goal, and once you have your goal, write up your schedule and how you're going to accomplish those goals. What are you going to do every day in order to
hmm
get to that goal? So just basically write it out step and take one step at a time. Right.
Okay. I like that. And so outside of Latini Couture, and then the Glam by what you said the name was, Glam by
Tini Twins.
Glam by Tini Twins. Sorry, I I feel like I knew that. What else do you guys have? Is that all we have now?
That's what we have now, but we have something else we're really working on. We don't know if we should share just yet,
See,
but
I'm saying it's like an
keep on the
addiction at this
lookout,
point.
man.
It's like an addiction at this point. Like we're
Once
addicted
you
to
start one,
creating
it
new
has to keep
things.
going. You have to. But keep it's going. Like, how can you not keep going if it's something that you love, that you want to
Right.
share with people, that you have a passion about? Yeah. Right. So we have to keep going. We are working with a collaboration, coming up with one of our biggest artists yet to mention, and we're so excited for Latina Couture to finally get to where we wanted to get to, because we've actually worked on Latina Couture the longest,
Mm-hmm.
but business wise, it's taken us the longest to figure out. Right. Like the most challenges we faced was with Latina Couture. Yeah. So it's like that's our baby, and we're never gonna give up on her. Right. We just have to keep trying. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Sorry. Always like try something new. If you don't like the last business you did, don't be afraid to start the new one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you never know who the new one, which is done by Tini Twins, will be better than the first one.
Right. And funny enough, a lot of times the new ventures end up bringing you more clients, and you end up being able to put more people onto your old business. Like, hey, did you know I did?
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned that, and well, for most businesses take at least what is it, like 10, 5, 5, 10, 5, 5 up to 10 years, 5 and maybe up to 10 years to develop, right? To be successful, and for people to really step in the limelight and do that. And that's 5 to 10 years of hard work.
Yeah.
Not part-time, not luck, no nothing. It's like you got to put in the work. You got to learn how to sew. You got to learn how to do the business. You got to go to like 50 different fashion shows a month.
Yes.
You know, you got to hire people. You got to spend money. You got to lose money.
Yes.
And then after a while, you're going to look back and be like, oh, wow, I'm successful at this. Like, people know about this, you know?
Yeah.
So let's talk about some okay, before we talk about this part, right? What motivates y'all? Like, what keeps y'all going?
A couple of things, or maybe more, but our grandmother would probably be the first motivation to us, because she, when we were in Zimbabwe, she had her own like store that she had like jerseys and like shirts and stuff like that, and food and drinks that she used to sell. And I think that's where we got our first business, like instinct.
Entrepreneur, like hustler type of mindset.
I have a similar situation too, because I grew up watching my grandmother. Well, my grandmother sent all her kids to school as much as she could, just by waking up like 4 or 5 in the morning and cooking, and then going somewhere like damn near an hour away, because she would use these like donkeys to bring everything and ride these donkeys over. So it would take like maybe hour and a half to get there, and then she was set up shop and sell the food, and then go back home, and that's the money that she used to send everyone to school.
Exactly.
And then when she even living with my mom and at my house, and like it's been the same thing. She's always got like a couple loaves of bread, like this. She's just sell like cutting him up and putting him in little bags and selling them. It's like, wow, like you're really doing that.
Comes from way back then, from our ancestors.
Yep. Really selling sodas and like, yeah. So that's we share that similarity in culture in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
then our second inspiration is our mom. She's shown us like you can do anything you put your mind to. Because when we were in Zimbabwe, we used to pray and pray that we would come here. And she pretty much showed us to like, you can stop at nothing when you set your mind to it. And just the belief in prayer alone, she showed us a lot of that. So our inspiration comes really from our family. We have a lot of family entrepreneurs. And also we look out to other people, other women, other men that are doing
what we're trying to do.
Exactly. That are up there, that are reaching millions of people, and we're just inspired by that, and we want to create our own community.
Yes.
Yeah,
and this whole business thing, it's not for everyone, but I do recommend it for people that have like a strong will to work hard for what they want. Because it's not easy having your own business. It's really not.
It's not.
Also, it has to be something you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about it, you're never going to find the motivation you're looking for to do what you need to do in order to accomplish your goals. So yeah,
That's true. That's true. And I would say, so mentally, right? How do you manage that, right? Because there's got to be there's something about seeing your work not get recognized or not get the recognition that it deserves or that you feel it deserves.
Yeah.
That is just, it's like a stab in the stomach.
It really is.
So mentally, when that happens, or if that happens, or when you started, and even from 2012 to now, like, how do you manage that?
Yeah, I think it's really tough, but we've been lucky because we've had each other to kind of lean on and push each other. But I think if you're really struggling to keep it together in order to make your dreams come true, you need to reevaluate a lot of things that are in your life and why that's happening. But at the most times, it is hard. It's heartbreaking when people don't buy when we release a collection.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna lie.
But we always said to ourselves, we really didn't start the Latina Couture business for anyone. We really just started by creating what we like, and it was for us.
Right.
So by us doing it for us, we were able to do it for other people. So it just starts like in here. As long as you're good and you think that whatever you're gonna do is gonna be
helpful to somebody,
to you and somebody else, then you're always gonna win, you know?
Even though you don't get that bread.
And it's hard to stay focused sometimes on that goal because there's a lot of challenges, but you have to just keep pushing. I don't know what better way to like get what I want than to keep
trying. Because you know what? The people that give up, they just never win.
Yeah.
They just never win. Yeah. So our mindset is like, we have to win.
Right.
When there's roadblock, we gotta find a way around it or something. And there is always a way for those that want to learn, that want to do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. So if you really want to do it, you're gonna do it. Right. No questions asked.
I love that. I love that because that's the other thing I feel like people just don't talk about, or it's just been watered down. Like everyone want to talk about how it's like we understand, okay, it takes hard work. Cool. Right. And everyone want to talk about like, don't give up. Cool. Right. And that's fine. Yeah. Like, oh wow. Huh. I wish I had thought of that. Like, don't give up. Like, but for me, I feel like what people don't talk about is that mental stamina that you need to develop these things, or hell, to even make it in America. Right. Because you talk about like growing up, you see like, how you grew up seeing your family just doing things, your grandmother just doing things and selling things and everything. You're like, okay, cool, then you wanted to come here, and you come here and then you're like, whoa, what is this?
Right.
Like, send me home right now. You get that snow and you're like, whoa, hold up now. Right. This looks a lot better in the Christmas movies.
Right.
This is horrible. And then from there, you start to face these challenges, and then you're just trying to make it.
Right.
Everything costs.
Yeah.
Everything is taxed.
Yes.
The life is horrible. The people are horrible. There's no brotherhood. There's no sisterhood. Like, everybody's out to get you. Everybody's trying to damn near kill you. Like, it's crazy. And then you start doing, you're like, okay, I'm going to, get out of the rat race. I'm going to try to create something. And then no one is, like, everybody's just continuing to do whatever they're doing.
Right.
that takes a certain level of like mental stamina to really withstand that, because like
Yes.
that's why I said, like, how do you, what keeps you going? Because those are the type of challenges that people literally just say,
Great.
yeah, you know what, F that, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm gonna work for this person. Yeah.
It takes away your confidence. It takes away your self esteem. It takes away your motivation. It takes away everything, because you're like, you know what? Maybe this is just not for me. And then you're like,
Right.
yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
And
I'm
we
just
felt
like,
like that for times. We've been like, maybe we should just give up.
Right.
And do something else. Right. But you know what? Giving up wouldn't have gotten us where we are today. With the knowledge that we have today and like the will to move forward and know that we're gonna make it one day, giving up would have never given us that. It would just be, it's the end, and then what? And then you're miserable for the rest of your life because you're not following your passion.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just comes down to what you want, really. That's what it comes down to. Because yes, we have these challenges that come up, but at the end of the day, we know what we want. So no matter the challenge, yes, it's not easy. We have to figure it out.
100%. So, has there been any situations where, you know, Charlene wanted to kind of like, not really put in the work, but Chantel wanted to actually put in the work, or Charlene wanted to walk away and then Chantel didn't, or like vice versa? Has there ever been any situations like that?
All the time.
Yeah, that's the only thing we probably only fight about.
Right. Like, it's gotta go, but I wanted to stay. And like, I want
Or even like, I want to do this color, but then, nah, I don't like that. I don't think.
Yeah.
That's when you see, like, we have ideas. We all have ideas, everybody. And it takes tuning into them that, we can create something great together.
Right.
So putting a little bit of me and putting a little bit of Charlene, that's what has helped us to, keep going. Keep working. And we advise you that if you don't have a team or somebody in your corner, that is probably one of the best and like first things you should do if you want to grow, because doing everything alone
is not possible.
I could tell you that. I felt that. I felt that.
Yeah.
Because funny enough, right? I didn't realize until today that I didn't send you guys the list of questions until earlier, because I did it on my computer and then I copied and pasted everything and thought it would send.
Right.
But it wasn't until I hit you up and was like, "Hey, let me know when you're ready." I'm like, "Whoa, hold up now!" It never sent. Because did y'all know that Instagram don't let you send a certain number of characters in the DMs?
No,
I did not know that. I didn't know that.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's why I'm like, whoa, hold up now. I'm like, this is why I need a team, because I'm setting this up. I'm making sure my technology is okay. Like everything is. Yeah, you do need a team. I would say that.
We commend you for that, because it's really hard.
Yes, you can start out this way, great, but in order to grow, you definitely need a team.
Yeah,
team.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal for 2024, to make sure even if it's one more person, I need somebody that's like,
all you need.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, because I've said this too, even with the podcast. I want to have like some guest hosting, where I have somebody come in and we do like co-hosting together. It could be like we do an interview together, just to kind of make it a little bit more fun. To make the interaction a little bit more fun, because
that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So I think I might even reach out to one of you and say, "Hey, would you mind co-hosting for a couple?"
I'm a talker. Wouldn't mind. And I've actually always thought about doing my own podcast. This year.
I'm probably gonna get into some producing, so holla at your boy. Get that production going, and boom, get it out there.
Always working, us entrepreneurs, thinking about the next thing. Now I'm thinking about a podcast. How can I share what I've learned?
Yeah, it's the addiction, to creating and building stuff. It's the addiction. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just
I feel like it's needed though, because without
It is.
we stay stagnant. We stay doing the same things, expecting a different result. You know,
There's no excitement. There's no excitement. When you just kind of. So about 2 months ago, I started drumming lessons.
Oh,
Like randomly, like
nice.
like last year, I went in and decided to do improv because I'm like I need to continue to keep myself out, like away from my comfort zone, create
Right.
new things, do new things, and
That's awesome.
just learn something else because that creative juice keeps flowing.
Yeah.
And I have to. It's like I have to tone it. I have to tone it. Like I gotta.
I know.
Amazing.
That's
Yes.
good though.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Trying new things too. Like you don't have to love it right away. You just have to push yourself just a little bit. And I
Hmm.
think that's why us entrepreneurs start businesses, because we're just not afraid to push and knock on the next door and say, well, I'm going in whether you like it or not.
Right. Make way.
Right.
Make way, because I'm gonna be in there. Just make way for me.
Yes.
So, all right, let's talk about major wins and major losses, or lessons, because as entrepreneurs, as people who are growing, and if you're still here doing this and pushing, you don't consider your losses as, oh, this is a loss. You consider them as a lesson. So
Mhm.
let's talk about some major wins, and then we'll talk about some major losses.
Sure.
So major losses, we'll start with losses first. I would say it's just not being prepared in terms of, because we started being entrepreneurs by ourselves. We didn't go to business school and everything, so we don't really know the right blueprint, the right
Mhm.
thing to do, but we're just doing it as we go and figuring it out. Is definitely to have take more courses or learn more about the business before you just
Jump into it.
You're like, hey, I'm gonna start a business today, and we did it,
Mhm.
right? But it's not good because we were not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not prepared, but at the same time, that's how we learned.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Mhm.
yes, it was a loss because we weren't prepared, like in terms of
Lost money.
swimwear. Like we ordered a lot of swimwear and we weren't able to sell it all because we weren't prepared to
the marketing
market
end of it
and
like,
everything. So
Mhm.
it's just like being prepared, like learning the ins and outs of the business before you just sign up for it.
that was
Definitely something would have saved us a lot of time and money.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's one loss.
I would say a win
Mm-hmm.
would be just being able to share what we know now.
Yeah.
To be able to help others, like skip over the mistakes that we did.
Right.
I think that will forever be a win for us, because for as long as we're helping others start a business or go to hair school, whatever, being that inspiration, we're not losing, we're winning, because that one extra person just signed up, that one extra person just became a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Off of the idea that we shared with them, you could do this. You could do this on your own.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Another major win is investing in yourself. So we invested in ourselves, and now we're actually able to say we're business owners.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's starting to pay off.
Proudly too.
That 5 to 10 years of trying.
Yeah.
But yes, you can cut that time by going to school, by taking courses, by doing whatever you gotta do in order to know what you're doing.
Yes.
But being like our own bosses is definitely a major
nothing
win.
will trample
Major
that.
flex, as they
I'm
say.
sorry to everybody that's
That's
a 9 to
working,
5.
yes.
But like that's just not for me. And
But
I'm
it's also what we worked for.
Yes. And you have to do all kinds of jobs in order to figure out
Yes.
what's for you.
Right.
I had at least 10 jobs before I
Right.
became my own business owner.
And we knew that this was it.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I talked about, how do you manage, with your time and family relationships and all that kind of stuff, like even with your job. And you pointed that out earlier. You had to work and do this, and because it takes money. It takes money.
It's not cheap. If anybody thinks starting a business out there is easy,
It's not.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
And
And I wanna actually go back to it takes money, because we all know a bunch of gurus out there, a bunch of successful business owners or whatever that's trying to push this narrative that you don't need anything to do this. It takes money.
It does.
Even if you're just creating a website, even if you're just buying a domain, like it takes
That's
money.
money.
It takes money. Like
Oh, yeah.
that whole thing. It's like it's so much unspoken rules and spoken truth out there about business and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, it could be it would be another episode by itself. Yeah. So
No, yeah, I think it takes money. You know, it's hard to come up with money for your business at first, but now we have learned that there is grants out there that will give you money to start your business. There's programs that
you can save and then start your business.
Right. So it's like, yes,
take your time.
I don't have the money, I'm broke,
but there's always a way.
But there is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So to get on them grants, email to every one of them. Like, do something, but don't
What's
just
the worst they can say? No. Okay, cool. Just go to the next one. You know, that's part of, developing and growing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Anything else in terms of wins or losses that you want to talk about?
Don't rush. That's on a so you won't lose factor.
Yeah.
If you rush things, you might be rushing to doom. You know.
Yeah.
You have to take your time, do your research. If nobody else,
did we lose in that aspect?
We were so eager to release things, to show what we're working on, to just for people to have their hands on it. We were so eager, but we also didn't take that time to like really work on the craft that we wanted. Because afterwards, you'd be like, "Oh, maybe we could have done that better, done that."
Right.
So then you realize, like, okay, maybe I should have taken a little bit more time so I wouldn't have this loss right in front of me. So yeah, take your time. You know, if it's meant for you, it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so switching gears a little bit. And just gonna go through a few questions, a few more questions, and that's just gonna be a little bit more direct in a sense. 5 to 10 years from now, what would both of you like to be known for?
I definitely want to be known for the good work that I do, which is providing a service to people. I like servicing others because I like the result, which is seeing them happy. So by doing that, I feel like if I'm known that that's what I do, then that will make me happy. I will feel accomplished. I will feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. So yeah.
And my goal, honestly, 5 to 10 years from now is traveling, talking to girls. Like, I'm sorry, guys, I love you too. But I love my girls even more because I want to show them that in this life, no matter what anybody says, you know, you can do it. So I want to start traveling to like Girls Inc. and like, you know, non-profits and stuff like that and sharing about, you know, our business, how you can be your own woman. You don't need a man to
giving back, basically.
X, Y, and Z. Right. Yes. So just, you know, be that support system that they need in order to see that their dreams can come true.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely inspire people.
Yes. That is
I love that. I love that. Top 5 entrepreneurs who inspire you. Who inspires you?
That's a good one. It's definitely Beyonce. Just because I grew up watching her every move, she inspired me to never stop. You don't see her stop.
Yeah, she just doesn't stop.
And that's like
that's us. Yeah, it's like stop if that's something you love. No matter, you know, Beyonce has probably the most haters in life, too.
But she never stops.
But she doesn't stop, no matter who.
Where says what doesn't matter.
And it's crazy to see that Beyonce has haters, because how can you hate? It's there in front of you.
Exactly.
Greatness.
Another.
I sound like a total beehive.
Wait, what was the question? Top influencers.
Influencers or entrepreneurs who inspires you.
I would say, honestly, my influence comes from seeing other people that are at the bottom trying and doing the best they can.
Right? Like people that
I don't find too much influence in people that are already doing it and got it down pat because well they got it, but they don't also share. But the people that are working towards it, those people I see and they influence me so much because it's like, how do they find their inspiration? You know, but the sharing that they do helps some of us who have been doing it for years, but it still pushes us to keep doing better.
Yeah.
So it's not even like people that are already doing it and are good. It's the people that are starting from the bottom and are working to get to the top and showing that how they can help others do that. Those are the people that influence me. Those are the people I look up to and want to be like.
Okay. Okay.
Any names? No.
No.
Uh, any well, I know I said top 5, but are we sticking with this list?
Yes, I mean,
for me,
Or any others that we can put down there on the list?
Yeah, so this girl, she's from Florida. She's a business owner for lashes. It's called Lana Lashes. And she inspires me because she started at a young age and basically figured out a way to not stop working, even her, like no matter what her background is. A lot of people don't do certain things because they have a hard background or whatever the case is.
Tough time growing
But
up.
it's like the people that get motivation from their past or whatever happened to them. Those are the people that keep working hard. So she's one of them, and she's inspiring me to keep going because she's young and she's making $1 million. Like, why can't I? You know?
Right. That's inspiration right there.
But it's like motivation. Like, if she can, I can too. You know?
You know, it's such a bad rep nowadays too, and people who even thinks like that, because somehow, some way, you can't be inspired by other people. You can't feel like, oh, such and such is doing it, I'm going to do it. Without people thinking it's envious in a sense, like, oh, it's just because relax. Like, first of all, stay out this conversation. This is more of a, okay, I see this person, because there's no Instagram without Facebook. And then now Facebook is Instagram. It's like there's no Instagram, there's no Snapchat without Instagram. Like, everything is just like, it's a matter of inspiration. Like, you find that inspiration, you hone in on that, you lock in on that, and then boom, you develop a product, and then who knows? Next thing you know, you might be all in one. Like, there's enough out there for all of us to eat.
We agree with that.
Yeah. So inspiration really stems from seeing people work hard every day. That come from nothing, you know? Because it came from them.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make a name for ourselves. So it just comes from the
I would so any others? We definitely got to put grandmother in there. Grandmother got to be in there. So we got grandmother, we got Beyonce, we got just overall people who are grinding it out.
I know, yes. No, our family definitely, like, our grandmother laid it down for us to follow, literally. So gotta fulfill those footsteps and, you know, go in her direction the way she did and even do it better and keep going.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yes.
I think that's a good list. I think we could say that's 5, right?
Yes.
I mean, technically it's 4, but yeah. Unless you have one more. Unless you have one more and you want to add.
Let's see who's our other biggest inspo.
I would say my aunt, but that's family.
2 family members can be on there too. That's fine.
We're so influenced by our family.
3
Oh,
family.
there you go.
Yes,
my mom, our grandma.
Right.
Oh, perfect. There we go. We got more than 5. We got more than 5.
And practice, you know, and believed in our dreams, and they have showed us, you know, what they did to get to where they are today. So we definitely keep learning. We never stop.
I love that. All right, and let's see. So If you had one wish, just one,
Uh-huh.
and you could only pick one of these three options, would you bring someone back?
Like from the dead.
Yeah, just it doesn't matter to your life or whatever. Brings like it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter. Just bring someone back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh it could there could be a life as well. Like I said, bring someone back to your life. So it could be someone you lost touch with, stop
Mm-hmm.
talking with, you know. Give yourself everything you've ever wanted, that would be the second option. Or
Mm-hmm.
three, solve one problem in the world. You have one
Ooh,
wish.
solve one problem in the world.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
All
If
right,
I
all right.
solve one thing in the world, what would that be? I would say
There's
world.
so many of them.
What?
There's so many of them.
There's too many.
Why?
But I'm gonna
Yeah,
choose one, and that would be world hunger. Because I just don't think like being hungry is fair. Everybody should eat.
Right.
yeah.
Everybody, no, like if
Doesn't
you are
matter
born
what.
and you're here on Earth,
Yeah.
you should be able to eat. And
Hmm.
sometimes the world just makes it impossible for
Exactly.
even that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I could change something, I would change it and have everybody like food like that cloudy chance of meatballs
Hmm. Yeah.
falling from the sky so
I
everybody's
like. Yep. Yeah. I like that.
so
Yeah. I think
yeah.
this.
I thought about the same thing, but my little difference was giving everybody water. Why?
Mm,
I don't know, because I love water and I feel like everybody should have water.
Yeah, there's some people that don't have water, clean
and-
water in different countries.
And
yeah.
obviously, like, we're doing this business thing for us, but it's also for like a lot of people. It's not just for us. We're trying to do better for other people to be happy with their hair, with their looks, with their clothing. Like, this is for people
Hmm.
to enjoy and feel good about themselves. It's never for us, but it started with us.
Yes.
So that's why
And
we're
it
trying
helps
to
us feel
transmute it to
good.
the world.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And to also let them know, like, you don't have to be boxed into anything. You could
Right.
really
Like
be
us,
free and be creative.
coming from Zimbabwe, and we have our own like store that many people in this country, born and raised, have never done. You know,
Exactly. And
Hmm.
fun fact, I did not grow up knowing I was gonna be a designer or a hairdresser.
want to
or
be a
whatever.
flight attendant.
I wanted to be a flight attendant, gynecologist, nanny. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
so much on that list. A psychologist at some point. Like, all of that, it was what I wanted, but my heart geared towards what I needed to do, and that's what came to me. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to
Hmm.
make clothes today, and then boom, we started a clothing line, and then the hair thing. Oh, we want to make sure our hair goes well with our swimwear,
Yeah.
and then
Mm.
boom, now we're doing hair for a living. So it's like just finding the passion to do what you love to do,
Mhm.
and not
never go
putting
wrong.
like a big emphasis on, oh, when I grow up I want to be a doctor or whatever,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
because that changed.
Yeah. Final question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
Ooh.
That's a really good question. I am. How happy I am. I would say I am at a 8 or 9.
That's pretty high.
I still have to work, and life is not easy.
That's
That's it. That's it.
that's valid. That's valid.
I feel like I'm at a 7, 8, just because of the same reason. I have a lot of work. I feel like I have a lot of work
to do.
and no, it's not the work that brings me happiness. It's more so the just the process of doing what I love, and then the end result. So like, until I do what I need to do, I would be happier, but I'm very content with where I am in my life.
Yes, and that's another thing. Business, it's not going to be easy no matter what. You're going to do
Yeah.
things you don't want to do. Period. Unless you
Unfortunately.
can find someone to do
do
the
it
things
for
that
you.
you hate.
Yeah.
That's a plus. That's
Build
why
a
you
team,
need a
like
team.
you said. Yeah, build a team.
So yeah, it's never easy doing what you love. So don't think that at all. It's just it surpasses everything else. No, like when you're at that top, when you know you've accomplished something that yesterday that could never happen, that gives you a different satisfaction that working at McDonald's or anything else wouldn't give us.
Right.
And that's why I'm here to say, follow your dreams.
Right.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
Yeah, time waits for
no man. Because imagine if we didn't start our Latina Couture in 2012 or 2015.
Everything we learned.
We probably would have never went to hair school and like opened up a shop.
Yeah.
It's
And life would have no meaning either, because there's so many of us that I know for a fact are just like on autopilot, and they don't know what's really pushing them. They don't know what's really doing it for them. They just keep going and picking up whatever they can on the way.
That's
and
another
it's
thing.
just
I wish I could inspire those people to just get up and do what you bring happiness to your life,
Yeah.
You just pull them by the ears and be like, you need to stop it right now.
Like, wake up.
But that's the thing.
Wake up.
Life, you have to kind of snap out of it and say, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to do this. Like, people are ready to help you, and people are able and willing to do whatever you need them to do, but you're just going to be like, today I need this, I need that, I need that, and be confident in what you're saying and doing, and the rest is history.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. That was awesome. I love this.
We're happy to share, and
that was great.
For us, always send them our way. We're happy to help.
For sure. And thank you again for stopping by and taking the time out of your day. I know you're definitely busy. You got stuff going on, and I feel very blessed that I'm able to even get y'all on there, and for this short amount of time. And I can't wait to see what you achieve and the new things that you create, and even having you back on here to talk about what you've achieved from now to then. Like, I can't wait to have more conversations about these things.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate this so much.
All right. Thank you again.
How we can help others. So thank you for this opportunity.
No problem. Anytime. I'm here. Whatever you need. Whenever you're ready for the podcast. Whenever you're ready to do the
I'm ready to do up for that.
Let me know. I'm here.
Go rolling.
Any last business tips you got?
My last business tip is do your research. I think that's a good one. Advice, because a lot of people are like, how do I do this? How do I do that? The only way to do this and that is to do your research.
Yeah.
I love that tip because
Google is your friend.
Sorry?
Google is your friend, as they say.
It was my best friend. Like, I literally found everything I knew about business through Google.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go to school for business. So I definitely used Google to my advantage.
Yes.
And that's the best thing that's happened to me in this business.
And you always have resources.
Right.
Even when you think you don't.
Yeah.
You always have resources. So,
what's your tip? That's your tip?
Yes. Okay. That's my tip.
Yes.
Look and start.
I like that.
Start where your resource, start where you are and with what you have.
Right.
Because
a lot of people don't
start because I don't have money. I don't have, no, you have hands. You can sign up for a grant and you can get money.
I like that. And before we go, let everyone know how they can get in contact with you, support your business, get their hair done, give them all the information that they need.
Okay, so you can find us at the Tini Twins. That's TINI Twins, and then our hair page is Glam by Tini Twins, and then the last one, Latini Couture, LATINI Couture, on Instagram. Make sure you check us out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate your love and support.
And where's the salon?
It's in Beverly.
Okay. All right.
What happened?
The website. I mean, the address is also on our website.
Right.
Okay.
www.glambytt.com.
Yes, come check out our spot.
Perfect. But yeah, again, thank you for stopping by Another Business Podcast, and we look forward to having you again. Have a good one.